Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street. We're Jameson with Games. And here we are, episode 13 today of our Chrono Cross playthrough. So this is exciting. We are definitely drawing close to the climax of the tale. So let's not waste too much time. One clear sign. You know when the title screen starts selecting really ominous or mournful songs to play at the start when you look, that you have moved into territory that is different. That is, things are getting serious. And besides the fact that also, in the story of the game, it is obviously coming to a close. That helps too. The narrative basically explicitly telling you, hey, we're drawing close to the final battle, will give you a strong sense of when you are near the close of a game. So here we are, firing it up. When last we left, I'm in the Get the Dragon Blessings portion. We have 6 elemental dragon gods, and it is our task to get them all to say, hey, Serge, you're a good guy. And then after that, we got to get Serge turned back into Serge. He still links. And then, I think got to go win. So that's exciting. Here we are right now in Gaea's Navel, which just might have my favorite song. So, I don't know. That's tough to tell. I'm really going to have to spend some time independently listening to this soundtrack when I finish the game. But I really like this song. I think it's great. Excellent, kind of jungly wilderness song. So yeah, here we are. We're in Gaea's Navel. I found my way here last time. I have got 3 of the dragon blessings. The fire dragon, the earth dragon, and the water dragon. The sky dragon set me off on the Get the Blessings quest. Or at least he told me, come back when you've got the other 5. So that one, we know how to get. That's easy. The green dragon is here in Gaea's Navel, and the black dragon is in, the demi-human town, Marbuel, in one dimension, and he's asleep. And I don't know yet if it's about waking him, if it's about visiting his dreams, if it's about finding where he's astral projecting himself. That might turn out to be the last big stumbling block for me. The current stumbling block, I think I'm actually about to stumble right over, because Gaea's Navel here is set up like it's a loop. It goes it's like you're going around an island. So you can go all the way to the right and you'll come back to the left, through the left, and all the way to the left, come back through the right, whatever. And then there's one screen you can go up to where I was saying last week, well, there's a barrier here that we had right up that way that we got to figure out how to dispel. See, what happened to me is that when we arrived here, we met this little Leah, the Ayla-esque young woman there, and she gave me clear instructions about the green dragon that I immediately forgot. And so I thought, there's a barrier that I need, and I was stumbling around. What do we do? Where do we go? Where do we press a thing or do something that gets rid of this barrier? I was stymied. I ended last time not very frustrated, but stuck. Often, I just, I think about it more when I'm off air, and it comes to me. And here, I went back and I watched the video so that I knew what Leah actually said. And what she actually said was, the green dragon is asleep right now, and I bet if you raised enough of an uproar, you could wake him. While I was traversing right to left, again and again, there were these enemies who, they're called pterodactyls. They look like pterodactyls. And they emerge from off screen in fixed locations. The first time it was every time I got one of the treasure chests here. The second time it was just while I was still going around, there were a few other places that seemed like predetermined locations where one of these things would come out of the sky and screech at me before it attacked. So I think I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go up to the barrier and find that the green dragon is just there. He's woken up. I think that the answer was, you got to get the 6 pterodactyls and fight them, because their screams are the uproar. That's my suspicion. If the green dragon is not there and ready, I'm still pretty sure the answer is going to be running around doing battles. Which is funny, because I I posited that it might be that when I still thought it was a barrier, but I was thinking of the little shaman-looking guys. Now that I know it's about waking him up, if I haven't already done it, I think that is the way. So I think we're going to get this one out of the way pretty quickly. But let's find out. After that lengthy preamble. Well, no luck. Okay. Not awoken yet. I still think that I've got the solution, though. I still think this is the solution. So, and I'm sorry if you are watching at home and you've played Chrono Cross before, and you know the solution and I'm wrong, and you're about to watch me run around over and over fighting battles, thinking I've found the solution. But I think I found the solution. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run around. I'm going to try to step everywhere, see if more pterodactyls appear and scream at me. If I make a full loop and I haven't found any more pterodactyls, at that point, I'll try fighting the regular enemies and see if it's just after X number of battles. But until I've tested this for pterodactyls, because of their distinctive piercing scream, it just feels like, and the fact that they are not respawning, and there aren't a lot of them, and they all came from off screen. All of that together makes just really feels like they're the target. Holmes, welcome. That was the consensus last week of the people in the audience who were here, who had played the game before. Was like, I don't remember what to do here, and it might actually be the case if my theory is correct. We'll kill this little dude. If my theory is correct, it could just be the case that a lot of people have never realized what they did because, they ran around for a while and then it just worked. I guess we're going to find out. I do like that these guys are called pre-hysterics. That is silly wordplay, but it's endearing silly wordplay. So I like it. How are you today, Holmes? These guys can create problems for you because they have the ability to cause berserk. Or I don't know if the status is actually called berserk, but it has the function of what every JRPG with a berserk condition that I've ever played would do. And there are certain... Oh, hey, the jungle beat failed on Leah. I wonder if that's an innate thing with her, or I just got lucky. There are certainly, I can definitely see how, especially over time, often you get narrowed in your memory. Your memories restrict to the iconic moments, and this game certainly deals up some pretty iconic moments that I can see how they would linger even as other parts of the game slipped away. Oh, Riddell has lost her mind. Boom! Shooting a little child in the face. That's terrible. Okay, repairing your dad's computer at a high level if you're getting parts. I give my parents a lot of computer help, but it's of the boomers kind of, every time my parents have ever acquired a printer or scanner, I have to go set it up, even though nowadays, in theory, it's all just plug and play. I say in theory because obviously printers are the worst hardware that exists. And very often even the allegedly plug-and-play ones don't hold up their end of the bargain. You can plug them in. They aren't going to play nice with you. We have one of those big fancy printers in one of our shared office spaces on one of the two campuses where engineering operates in my institution. And nice thing about Berserk, as opposed to a charm condition, is that it can still randomly target the things that you actually want to be hitting. Wait, no, hold on. Leah, what are your elements here? I can't remember what her big... Tailspin, single enemy. Thunderstorm, all enemies. Let's try it. Yeah, my dad is sharp in a lot of ways, but never really bothered to uses a computer for plenty of stuff. Both in some of his former professional work, and now just in lots of stuff, his volunteering and whatnot. But never really needed to learn how to make the stuff work because he can always just call his son. In a way, it's, you know, I failed him. By doing the work for him, I prevented him from... I coddled him, and he didn't learn for himself. It's a lesson, you know. It's one of the hard parts of being a child. So you want to do everything for your parents. In my... I remember my 9th grade homeroom teacher was a lovely lady, but kind of a little spacey sometimes. And I became kind of the student in class who would figure stuff out. And one day the printer wasn't working, and it wasn't even not being plugged in. It was plugged in, but not turned on. So one of the situations, like, I went through, I fixed it. Wasn't really an act of genius, but I got the job done. Okay. Running around, standing in different spots. I want to stand in every possible spot to see if more of these pterodactyls show up. So that's going to oblige me to backtrack a little, because there's a top level and a bottom level, and you can't always go in between them. I can no longer... I wish I could remember exactly what it was. I remember there was a math thing, because our homeroom teacher was in grade 9, was also our math teacher. And I remember there was a thing about... It was something about patterns and how they apply to some kind of logic puzzle or something. And she didn't have the explanation right. And I got to do the big smart kid nerd thing of being like, oh, you know what? Hold on, maybe I can figure this one out and explain it to the class. While we're here, let's kill a bug. Yeah. And then I became a teacher all those years later. So maybe that was my first taste, where I got the love of the game. This is my first time through Holmes, if I haven't actually mentioned that to you before. I never touched, like, I was in a point where I couldn't afford all the JRPGs that were now coming out that I wanted to play. It was no longer like with the Super Nintendo, it was easy. I don't know that I think the only JRPG that I wanted that I ever bought even was Earthbound. And then otherwise, it was just like, hey, can I borrow your Chrono Trigger for a week? Can I borrow Final Fantasy VI? Can I hey, you have Final Fantasy 3? Can I borrow your Final Fantasy 2, which is actually Final Fantasy 4? Now it was, there was just so many that sometimes I'd have to buy them, but I was not at an age where I had any means of procuring income. So I couldn't play everything I wanted. And then add in that there were some initial negative reactions to this game, not based on anything to do with the game itself, but rather just whether it truly counts as a sequel to Chrono Trigger, if it's a good sequel to Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Great English JRPGs, like JRPGs that made it here on the Super Nintendo, like Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, if that's your bag. I enjoy that game, but also find it endlessly frustrating. Yes, I'm looking forward to discuss. I'm hopeful that next week is the Beat the Game week, and I'm looking forward to having that discussion with folks, because I can tell that there's a lot of mixed feelings. A lot of people have specifically expressed having mixed feelings, and gotta go back, go up a level, and then come over to the right to get to that level to see if there's a thing there. If a pterodactyl will attack me there. And failing that, I guess I'll just try to do the, clear the whole map in a run through, which will be a lot of random battles. Not precisely random, but it is what it is. I can't think of any other way to create uproar besides fighting. Like, the bug down here didn't I'm not sure when the respawning happens. If... Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah, really looking forward to that discussion. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Secret of Mana, so that was 4. Earthbound, that's 5. Yeah, can I... Like... I could go either way on the Breath of Fire games. They're kind of notoriously poorly translated into English. But they certainly... Like, I certainly played them at the time, and they have their moments. Breath of Fire 1 might have been one of the first games that I got irrevocably stuck in because of... There's a dungeon that's all, like, these identical, nondescript pathways in a, like, abstract kind of place. And at predetermined points, you step somewhere, and the Mode 7 effects of the Super Nintendo are used to rotate the whole map. And I used a save point in the middle of it, and I never found my way forward or backward. And eventually it was just like, well, I absolutely hate wandering, like aimless wandering and backtracking with random battles. Not great. So yeah, like, I think there's the games have their merits, and like, really, you know, gotta give some points to any game that lets you transform into a dragon. But it does have its flaws, for sure. And then yeah, just an explosion, because like Final Fantasy VII obviously opened the floodgates, but even before that, like, I don't know if Wild Arms is, like, I don't remember it well enough to know if you could call it great. FF4. Oh, Lufia 2. Lufia 2 is a good one. I have not played that much of it, but I remember playing it once, and I just remember being really impressed by how it opens with the final battle of the previous game. I remember thinking that was really neat. Yeah. Earthbound is it might wind up being... I remember the music being great. I remember that was like the dying days. Like, eventually in the early PlayStation era, me and my friends stopped doing this, but during the Super Nintendo JRPG era, and then into the early days of the PlayStation 1, if we all got together... Oh, that was cool. She shot them all with her attack. At that time, when we got a game, we would all play it, even though, you know, it's not like it has multiplayer, but we're all just there. We're all coming up with ideas. Now and then we'll pass the controller around. And then I would read all the text. As probably anyone who's ever viewed this channel for longer than 5 seconds knows, I am a person who loves to speak out loud. So those were great times. And so I have very fond memories of the game without remembering that much, besides like the basic outlines of the setting, the fact that you have the like guns in an RPG, which was novel to me at the time. Yeah. The memories. I just, in the past week, on a whim, I don't know why, because it was a hurricane hit us and we lost power, and then it came in handy that I had started doing this. But on a whim, I just picked up my Switch and started playing Earthbound Beginnings on the Switch Online. And it wasn't my first time playing the game, but I'd never beaten it before. As it turned out, when I'd played it before, I had made it pretty much like to the final sequences, and then got stuck on the silliest thing, which is that there's like a rest house in the final area that you need to go into the back room of that house to trigger like a necessary plot cutscene. But if you don't do that, you just can't advance in the game anymore. Anyway, so I started playing it on a whim last week, and then we had a hurricane, lost some power, so that was nice. I had, my Switch got pretty good. The Nintendo game, the Famicom or Nintendo Entertainment System games aren't super draining to resources, and so I had, even without a full charge, because I put the thing in the dock and didn't quite get it on the thing before the hurricane, so it didn't charge overnight. Nonetheless, I was able to play a bunch while the power was out, and then the power came back, and I kept playing. And it turned out to be a pretty short game, especially when you know every single thing that you need to do, except that you needed to bumble into the back of a place. So I did bumble into that place. I did trigger that scene. And then also I happened to go on Wikipedia. I looked at something about Shigesato Itoe, the otherwise most famous, I guess, in Japan for being a copywriter, which is one of those hilarious little, cultural differences facts. I can't think of a single famous, the most famous copywriter in a North American context I can think of is Don Draper, who is a fictional character. But anyways, I was reading about him, and just a random factoid was, I don't know how. I mean, I assume, the writing in the Earthbound or Mother games is friggin' terrific. So I assume he's great at it, but I still don't see how anyone becomes famous for it. But allegedly that is what he's originally famous for. Just being an ad man. And so I was reading an interview with him, and it just happened to, or an article about him or something, and it just happened to mention that he regretted the final area being really unnecessarily difficult because they were just in a rush to get the game to production, and so they just didn't have time to balance it at the end. And knowing that, I gave myself license to use the Switch Rewind feature. Because this really difficult area, you have to go through it a couple times, and I'd already gone through it once, shoot style. It was a real painful ass slog, but I made it through. And then I gave myself license the other times to just use the rewind feature. And just, if I get in a battle with 4 last Starmans and they all use their one-hit kill move, we're just going to rewind that so they don't do that. And so on Monday morning, I beat the game for the first time. Now I've beaten all the games in that series. And it was cool. And it made me Earthbound is a game that I go back to periodically and just play it through. And I might wind up doing that in stream form. It'll be the first time I streamed a game start to finish that I did not, I already know about it and I've played it. I'm not so I don't know, because I do know a lot of people tell me that part of the appeal of this is seeing a game they've played through fresh eyes. So I gotta think, we got oh, you should. You absolutely, I can't recommend it enough. It is just a wonderful game. Earthbound Beginnings has a ton of merit, but where Mother 3, the third one, is drastically different from Earthbound, Earthbound and Earth is very much just let's take a second run at all the ideas from Earthbound, the original game. And so, unless you really, really already love Earthbound and you just want to experience the whole thing, or if you have some historical interest, I don't know if there's any real reason for anyone to play Earthbound Beginnings. Because it's definitely a much clunkier version of something that they did more effectively the next time around. Okay, I've made the loop. I haven't touched every spot yet, though. I should go down there. I am getting the feeling that there are no more pterodactyls coming. Cuba, you haven't missed anything yet. Because here I am. In Gaea's Navel, which is where I left off last time. I think I know what to do to wake the green dragon. I think. It's just my first theory is specifically fight a lot of pterodactyls, which don't appear on the map before they like dive bomb you and attack, or it's fight a lot of battles. I think one of those two things is going to wake the dragon. Partially because I went back and I watched the video so that I remembered what Leah told us when we got here. And she said, the green dragon is sleeping, but I bet if you made an uproar, you could wake him. And I can't think of any other way to make an uproar. And then number two, everyone who's played the game before, who has weighed in on this, has been like, I don't remember what you do here. And it strikes me as highly possible that if the answer is fight a bunch of battles and then it will just be done, seems like the kind of thing that a whole lot of people could solve without even realizing what they did to solve it. I guess we're going to find out together. And then the black dragon, also sleeping. Sleeping dragons all around, baby. Is the final step in the Get the Dragon Blessings quest. We'll go back to the Sky Dragon. Then I know where to go to initiate, get the other tier. We'll turn Serge back into Serge. And then it's climax time. So, feeling good about that. How are you today, Cuba? Oh, I was actually, this came to mind just before when we were talking about great JRPGs on the PS1. I have played Suikoden 1. Apologies if I'm mangling the pronunciation. I played the first one. I played it when I had bought my PlayStation shortly before the release of Final Fantasy VII, which, like, for me, as a kid who didn't have a job, my parents were not buying me any video games after the Nintendo Entertainment System. I had to save up for it by, like, you know, finding random opportunities to like mow someone's lawn and make $5, and then selling every video game I already owned, and so on. So I had the PlayStation, and I rented Suikoden, and I started playing it. I had not purchased a memory card yet, and so I was playing it on a Saturday morning. I got up, I'd rented it the previous day, sat down. I started really early, but then my sister got up and she had a show that she wanted to watch, and this is in the painful time when you were sharing a TV with your family, and I was like, she was, I will give her credit, I remember her being very understanding and cooperative in the sense of giving me advance notice and hoping along with me that my buddy Jake would wake up in time because he had a memory card that I could call and be like, get over here so I can save this game. He did not wake up. We were adolescents, so like it was noon. He was still asleep. By the time he called me back, I lost all my progress and I was like, well, this was a fool's errand. And then I never went back to it. However, I remember liking it. I've since learned that I did see the thing about the remasters, so more on that in a moment. I not only do I remember enjoying it in the very brief one morning that I played it, like I enjoyed it enough that I can remember like what the battle screens look like and all this kind of stuff. Then I learned that it's based on the Water Margin, one of the 4 great classical novels of Chinese literature. There's a time in my life when I decided I wanted to read all of those, and I failed at it. But I did read all of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, longest novel I've ever read, and it's a great novel too. And I read almost all of the Water Margin, with Bandits of the Marsh, except it turned out I had ordered I had a terrible edition that just stops. It's not like Volume 1. Oh yeah, like I assume that I know that it's you know, get hundreds of characters on your team, so I assume mostly getting the band together is kind of the way in which it's based on the Water Margin. So anyway, I found that intriguing, and then I started hearing all this stuff about Suikoden 2 being this like incredibly well regarded, and it's been very frustrating to me that currently the only, up until these remasters were announced, the most extant way that I'm aware of that you can purchase it is on the PlayStation 3 store, but for some reason only there. It's never been available through any of the PlayStation 4 services, and now the PlayStation 5 is still not available. I even checked recently just before the remasters. So, bringing it all back around, I saw those remasters were announced, and I was like, sweet, put it on the list. We're doing them next year. I'm very excited. Now with Chrono Cross, I've started a... Oh! If that's the case, awesome. Because I do love the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. At this point, it's been a decade or so since I read this, in English translation, 1,400-page, 2-volume novel. So, like, a lot of the finer points of the military movements and the big plot events are lost to my mind, but a lot of the key stuff remains, and also it's been a long time, but I really love John Woo's Red Cliff, which is a very long 2-volume film based on one element, the Battle of Red Cliff. Anyway, super psyched for that. I've got officially my go back and play the classics I missed has a PC RPG track and a JRPG track, because I'm doing this. I want to do... it's not technically a classic that I missed, both in the sense that I played it and in the sense that I'm not going to play the original classic version, but that Live Alive remaster, the first ever English release of the game that came out, looks awesome. I never finished the game, although I played most of it. I really, really liked it when I was a kid, on emulators, and eventually in translation, thanks to the fine folks on... I can't remember which translation group did it. It's been a long time. But anyway, so I want to do that. I want to do Earthbound probably at some point. I'm going to try to cajole my girlfriend into into appearing on this stream to do Final Fantasy VI with me, because that's another game that... Hey, here's a pterodact, but it's just chilling in a bug fight. I don't know if that matters. We're just going to try to wipe them all out, see if that fixes everything, and if that doesn't fix everything, then we're into painful territory where I just don't know what to do for either of these dragons, and I'm going to stumble around. But if it comes to that, it comes to that. And I want to do the Suikoden games. Very excited to do those. The kicker here is, of course, I need to find the time, because I can't do this full time. I have a real job, and now, oh man, I'm in a real conflicted place because my buddy, a wise choice. I'm not saying it's the only choice or that I don't respect anyone's opinion who prefers another game. I myself have said that, Earthbound is also one of the games that I love, and fine. If you like Chrono Trigger better, fine, whatever. But Final Fantasy VI is just it doesn't get much better than that. It's been long. I haven't played Chrono Trigger in a long time. And I need to again in my life at some point. But it's been a while. Much longer than for either Earthbound or the other one. It's definitely... I think it's still my favorite. I'll recalibrate, because I've certainly expanded my awareness of great RPGs, even just in the last year, by getting into the PC side of things. Holy moly, Ultima 5 is an incredible game. So that's if I had to make a top 5 list, I think Final Fantasy VI would be at the top. Ultima 5 would have to be on there. I think I can't think of many games many RPGs that I've gotten more immersed in. And it's not like you could say, the rich music and dramatic cutscenes and great graphics and stuff were the immersive part. It's a pretty great game. Yeah. So many. Oh man. And then like Live, like there were some real great SquareSoft Super Famicom RPGs that never came here. It was only when they started remastering them, when Square Enix started releasing remasters that I get on my Switch, that I ever got to. I mean, there's a reason that it's like the iconic JRPG series, you know? And it's not because they made one really great one with Final Fantasy VI and then, you know, it was okay in the margins. I think if I had to make a top 3 Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy VI would be number 1. I think Final Fantasy IX would be number 2, but I haven't even replayed that since my first playthrough, so who knows? But I remember loving it. And also, gets any of the Final Fantasies that let you do multiplayer get automatic points for me, because even though obviously RPGs are largely meant to be immersive for the single player experience, I love when I can play an RPG with somebody else. But so like I also love Final Fantasy V. And that's the only 5 and 8 are the only ones of the first 9 that I haven't beaten. Although with 5 it was because I had a hard drive crash right before me and my girlfriend at the time fought Xdeath for the final time on an emulator. So in my heart I feel like I have beaten the game because we would have together. Anyway. Yeah, and I only started playing except for like I'd played the Final Fantasy Legends on my Game Boy. And I had played Saga Frontier like once on a rental. Did a lot of renting a JRPG. Like, really, kid? You're not gonna get this one done this weekend. Like, but yeah, I couldn't get anything to happen in Saga Frontier. Non-linearity was not well suited to my brain. Those pixel remasters certainly looked a lot better than the previous generation of remasters that Square had done. And also, I know that there's like a programming bug in Final Fantasy VI, I think related to the evade stat, where like it's a meaningless stat that doesn't actually do anything. Do all of Riddell's attacks hit all 3 enemies? It's pretty great. Yeah, but so now I've played Romancing Saga 1. No, I haven't played Romancing Saga 1 yet. I played Romancing Saga 2. Romancing Saga 3. And then more recently I've actually dug into Saga Frontier. And it's like, the thing about the Saga games is that, for one thing, yeah, they certainly do seem like they present a lot of opportunity to accidentally softlock yourself. And then also, they are very non-linear. And sometimes, like, there are things that I could, like, for one character, I had to look it up because I was like, I think I know what this is telling me, but it just seems so ridiculous. Because there's one character where a huge phase of their story is waiting for different members of this assassin's group to attack them, and the trigger is basically at certain random points in the world, eventually you'll get attacked by these guys. See, like, what the game wants you to do at this point is just explore. But, like, especially when I was younger, like, that would have just been tooth-grindingly frustrating. But there's also a lot of cool, like, the character development systems in the Saga games take the, like, I mean, they don't all share the same character development system, but they take their roots in the oft-derided Final Fantasy II system, where it's not experience points, it's what you did in battle will raise the stats related to what you did in the battle. And then also, Why is it so quiet? Alright, thanks for stopping by, Holmes. And I hope to see you again soon. Happy motherboard replacing. He got mum! This guy's not green at all. And also, we didn't have to go to that other screen. Also, actually, given there was no dialogue, this dude's just attacking. Is this actually the green dragon? No. No, it's just a dinosaur. We will have to go to that other screen. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's take down the thing we know we can take down. So we don't have two enemies attacking us. Yeah, so a big thing about the Saga games, and I know that I was sharing this with Holmes in response to his comment, and now you had to leave, but I need to finish my thought or it'll be just bouncing around in my head, and Danielle will get home and I'll be like, you know, the Saga games, and she'll be like, shut the fuck up, I don't care. She wouldn't actually say that, but like, that, she will feel that, and fair enough. The Saga games do not give a shit about balance in any way. And like the method of like developing new abilities is all about using abilities until randomly your character sparks and learns a new one. And they might learn like a crummy new one, or they might learn a great new one. If you have a monster character, all their development is related to eating the meat of the monsters that you beat in fights, which then there's this huge submerged system that you can't see that determines how your monster will transform. It's utter chaos, and with so many of the fights in the game, the major boss fights, it's not about developing your characters up to a certain point and then, you know, divining the tactics that work best on this particular boss. It's more about like with what you have, and hopefully you've got some good stuff going on, can you gimmick this fight so that you're going to do absurd amounts of damage with every attack and heal every, like, prevent them, and like when you do beat these bosses, it's often like a slaughter after you struggled with them so many times, just getting to the point where you're like, oh, I know, now I see how I can use these characters' different abilities to render myself invincible in this fight, basically, or just do absurd amounts of damage, or what have you. So certainly the fact here that I obviously accomplished whatever goal I didn't know that I had at first, which was do enough fights that you've made noise to wake the dragon. The fact that when I had done the fights, there was no cue, there was no sound, the sound didn't stop then, and there was no noise to suggest something was happening. Rather, it was just then I went back around the screen, and this time... Oh, Riddell's riding the line there. And yet, I want to believe I'm going to put it all on the line. Or Riddell is. I don't think we're at huge risk in the fight generally. Okay, whatever this crunch-out thing is, great. As long as he's not using it on Riddell, now I'll have Riddell do a heal for the team. Certainly, anyway, all the circumstances, I think, lend some credence to my theory that the reason nobody can remember, nobody who stopped by while I was trying to figure this out could remember how to figure it out, is because a lot of people never realized what they did, because they just eventually like, oh, okay, it's fixed now. Which is not great scenario design. But in fairness, I did, when I went back and reread the text that Leah said, I put it all together. And it turns out I was right. So all the breadcrumbs were there, but we certainly could have been clearer when the goal was achieved. But hey, the goal is achieved, and I feel good about that. I got a couple hours before I need to stop. So we'll certainly finish with the green dragon, and then I've got time to bang my head against the wall trying to figure out the black dragon. It's so many. We got into such a good discussion of RPGs that I meant to tell Holmes that I'm going to start Ultima 7 soon, because I don't know when I'm going to beat Starflight, which is my current Saturday game, but my guess would be not this Saturday, but the next. Barring some disaster, I'm going to beat Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire this Sunday, and it's time for new games, and one of those is going to be Ultima 7, which is going to be a big undertaking. I might do it in chunks. I might take a break now and then to play a smaller, shorter, quicker game. But I'm pretty excited to go back to Britannia. Always feels nice. Britannia is a really well-developed place. Really get a sense of place across playing Ultimas 4, 5, and 6. What that? Leah? It's the green dragon, Leah. Come on, think about this. It occurs to me. Ah! Ooga booga! Leah not knowing me here! And there he is. Jeez, I hope this dragon is as easy as the other dragons were in the fight. I assume we gotta fight him. Because it occurs to me, I didn't save. Silence. What is all this commotion? This is the heavy-lidded eyes of this dragon, and the fact that he was sleeping. It's just a sleepy voice. I see. Now seek his relics. Come hither. So I can, fight you, right? If any of the dragons is going to be chill and not need to fight, it is this guy, clearly. But I think we're going to fight. And now for lunch. Whoa, that was his baring of his teeth there. This is a way more hostile. All the other dragons were just like, and now you must, prove your might, or basically like. None of the rest of them implied that they were going to kill me in such an instrumentalist way to use me as food. I don't know. We're starting with 2 green in the field, and folks, I got a feeling that this guy likes green in the field. So, oh yeah. In fact, he just used a power called Green Field. Well, we know how to counter green. We'll start with the low-hanging fruit. The weaker attacks, so that hopefully if we're getting off some charged up yellows, we're doing it with a supportive field. Of course, this dragon has an ability called Green Field that seems to just turn the field green, so. And he's going to do a lot of elemental attacks, so probably hoping, it's probably too much to hope for to get a yellow field to work with. We're going to do our best. So far, okay. Burdell has yellow condition. Leah has black condition. Because of the bad breath. No damage yet. Okay, so Leah is dealing with... What is your... I'll figure it out in a moment. So bad breath seems to be a inflict random condition attack, which is an odd attack for a boss to spam, especially in advance of doing any kind of actual damage causing attack. But hey, who am I to judge the Green Dragon's strategy? He knows what's best for him, or maybe he's just he just woke up. He's sleepy. He doesn't know what's going on. If only it was Leah's turn again right now. Of course, she's the one who's... Yeah, is this really your plan, man? To just not damage us? Is he just really hoping to get a progressive status of ailment on us that'll take us down? Alright, one more cheap yellow thing here. Of course, no yellow effects. At any rate, we need a... Especially Leah needs a generalist status effect reliever, which I think Riddell will have some of. We're doing tons of damage even without... Oh, great. That's just really quite dreadful. She's white-locked. Well, that's a conundrum. On the other hand, the only damage we've... Oh, great. So the white condition is what's white-locking her, I think. Because the black condition is darkness. She can't see, so her accuracy is down. Alright. I'm beginning to see what the merits of a bad breath-oriented fighting strategy are. Hopefully either Leah or Serge have... It's not going to go the way I want it, is it? I want it to be one way, but it's the other way. Alright. Well, maybe Lynx has it, or else we just have to wait and see if it passes. And Riddell, because I feel like Riddell will definitely have the remove white conditions, or even the remove all conditions. Alright, what do you got for me, Serge? Purify. Restores all status effects. Gotta love it. Of course, we can only use it once. Technically, Leah needs it more. She's poisoned and cursed, but... Riddell... All it says is darkness. But the white condition clearly is what's stopping her from... And there's a white condition there. But it's gonna go away, right? Yes. Golden. Riddell, do you also have Purify? That'd be grand. Of course not. It's too much to dream. Alright. I don't think Leah actually needs that much help then. Let's get Riddell on the cause of doing a little damage with attacks so that she can do Electro Bolt too, as I was hoping. I think the fact that the dragon gods are obviously benevolent gods provides a storyline explanation for why these fights so far haven't been super challenging. So I'm okay with that, and I'm comforted by it, because right now, I need that. I'm not even sure what the curse condition does. But yeah, all the damage this dude's managed to stack on us so far is just on Leah from his bad breath. So he's like, despite his, taunt about eating us alive, or possibly killing us and then eating us, he's not really going for the kill. And great. Thank you, Green Dragon. I've always said the Green Dragon is my favorite. If I was a religious man, I would be a Green Dragon cultist. Okay. Gotta land those hits, Riddell. Man. It's like... definitely causes issues. But I have a hard time imagining how the strategy could ever lead to him defeating us in the fight. He said, tempting the gods. There's a non-zero chance that Snake Eyes has a curative effect too, but I'm not super optimistic. Alright, Riddell, just build up your element level. Leah. Yeah, this is your best shot, Leah. But of course, you're yellow blocked. That's your yellow condition right now. I think Brace will take that off, though. So I think we're going to be okay when we come back around. But for now, she's got to rely on, you know, her ability to smash things with an axe that's as large as her own body. As tall as her own body, anyway. And probably heavier. Because the axe head is pretty large on that axe. Oh no. If Lynx is yellow locked, then we're just... we got nothing left to do but beat on this guy. No, he's not. Very good. Well, let's get a brace on Leah. And then Leah can uncork her other custom move, signature move, technique. And she might get to uncork it with 2 yellow in the field, which is great. Assuming the Rudel's yellow condition isn't yellow lock, which is not. And oh hey, this Electro Bolt 3 will probably also be a substantial hit. I don't think he's showing weariness yet, but it's tough to tell because he was canonically sleepy at the start of this fight. Now, I've done the high level one, I haven't done the low level one. Or should I do the absolute... oh, no. Negate physical +1. This fella has not unleashed a physical attack. Let's throw a rock at him. Well, okay. So his... oh, come on, dude. Cheap move. Okay, but... obviously, what we have here is our first case of a, you know, low hit points pose that actually represents getting fired up as you get into more trouble. And we know... oh, come on, man. We had 2 yellows in that field. Not cool, man. And yet, what does it do for him? He's not doing any green attacks. He's up. Oh no. Oh dear. This is probably going to be a damage and heal move, right? No. Okay. Still bad. It's not a great situation for the team. But it's not terrible. I mean, it is fairly terrible. But we can get a heal for everybody as long as he doesn't do carnivore again before Lynx can execute his element. I won't give him any time. I'll be relentless here. Drop the thunderstorm, and then... well, obviously it's not going to do much when we have a full green field and we know that this guy... oh, no, I just spent that. Oh, but that's not even what I'm doing. I'm saving the team. Oh, heal all +1 plays into his hands. Do I have... my recoveralls are on. Oh. Oh, a risk calculation must be made. I'll play into his hands with this. Try to keep Leah on her feet. Hopefully it works. Although it is easy to imagine it not working. I like this rearing up. He's looking fierce now. Okay, there. No real cost to having put a green in the field since he was going to green the field as soon as he had the chance anyway. What can we hit him with? What do I got? Yeah, at this point, like... I mean, Rudel should obviously be using magic. Or elements. So the fact that it's a black element, whatever. Just pile damage on this guy. He's getting close to the end. Ooh, does Leah have a level 1 black? Yep. Might as well. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but that'll be, even if, unless he does green field, nothing else he can do is going to stop us from having 2 black when Lynx uncorks something good here. I would like him to uncork something good. A lot depends now on if I have anything good under level 4. Haha! And that this doesn't cause a random black element sealing condition. That'd be a kick in the nuts. It didn't though. Alright. That's an all enemies. Let's do the glide hook. If the glide hook works, it's obviously the coolest way to end the battle. Sliding past your opponents, skidding to a stop, looking over your shoulder to watch them fall. Didn't work out, but that is the most badass way that you can win a fight, probably. Alright, what do you got? We're done. Okay, fine. We're not even worrying about building a specific element profile. We're just hurting this guy and hoping that he doesn't remember that he can heal himself for a fair number of hit points. Be funny if this level 1 black elemental attack by a non-black innate character with only 1 black in the field was the straw that broke the camel's back. Nah. Oh, this guy has bad breath. But we're all back to full stamina. So that's good. Like, again, this is a very, very low risk fight. In fact, da 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 da. Ho ho! Is that a summon? Another summon that I'm never going to get to use, because in the boss fights where you'd like to use a summon, they're never going to let you control the full field like that. Impressive. Lynx received the green relic. Serge, you always fight monsters like that? Heck yeah, I do. Looks some fun. Leah, decide him. Leah, come on with you, okay, Serge? Maybe Leah find him father if Leah come on. Also, Leah need to decide him something. Leah decide him right. Leah return him to village. Leah? Ooga booga, let's go him. Leah officially joined him party. Very nice. Welcome aboard, Leah. We're going to call this one Leah, because that's her name. I'll leave little Leah in the main party for the moment. But look at this squad, this motley crew. Let's see, 8, 16, 20. Well, I didn't need to count. Multiplication would have sufficed there. 21 characters we have in the party right now, out of a possible, potentially 1, 8, 12, 16, 20. A potential 44. I know that I don't have every character right now that has ever joined the party, or maybe I do. But, big cast for characters I'm never going to get. Side quests I'm never going to see. But I'm looking forward to finding out what they are, what they were, when I am victorious over this game. Alright, let's get the poison from this fella's filthy breath out of there. Slap a brace on those sprained wrists, elbows, shins, whatever. The green dragon has gone back to sleep, fair enough. He's a cat-like dragon. He needs a lot of sleep. Lion-like, even. Lions sleep even more than common house cats. So we get out of here by calling the Wingipede. Right here with the Biba flute. So I'm going to do that after a brief intermission so I can run to the washroom. Hang tight, folks. I'll be right back with you. Back at her! Stimpinski! Ha! You're foiled! You thought you had the run of the place. But I was just waiting for you to reveal your plans. How are you today, my friend? Okay. Green Dragon woken. Blessing acquired. Time to get out of here. Blow on that Biba flute. Here comes our ride. Okay. There is a risk. Well, that's 4 of the dragon blessings now. I know where the black dragon is, but I do got to figure him out. Figure out the key to waking him, or in some other way. Oh yeah, everything. It's been a weird school week because the campus everything was closed on Monday, and they included a message of staff and anyone who can work from home should continue to. But at this point in the semester, where I'm also pretty well planned for things because I had time in the summer to get everything in order. The goal of getting everything in order is to not have tons of things that you desperately need to get done while the day-to-day of classes are going on. So that the students aren't reaching out to me about anything during storm day. So it was kind of just a day off. I checked my email. I had a few emails. I made a few notes. Made sure I wasn't forgetting anything, and then it's just whatever. And then yesterday they opened the school, but still kept classes canceled. And so I went into the office and didn't have that much to do. I did have my first office hours, and some students came, so that was great. But yeah, now we're, I think, largely back to normal. Maybe not fully back to normal, but getting there. Okay. Now, the black dragon is in one of the marbules. I don't remember which one. It's asleep. I have not yet learned how to wake it. I do know that there's more marbule content if you fill the entire party with demi-humans. I think Leah's a demi-human. She certainly has a tail. But we're going to test that theory. In fact, let's go all the way. I don't think Draggy can even be called a demi-human, but I think the Marbulians will not reject him as a human. Now, I believe I'm in Serge didn't drown timeline, but I'm not positive. I can't remember. You know what? I should find out. There's an easy way to check. Remind myself where I am, and then it's time to mess around and see what we can find. Okay. So, one easy way to find out whether or not Serge has drowned in the timeline you are in is to look for his grave. So here I go. Oh, look at that. I'm actually in the Serge drown timeline. Or is this... Yeah. Well, let's read our own epitaph yet again. Serge and Lena forever. Oh, never mind. This is the no drowning timeline. Very nice. Okay. Now let's get down to business. Go to Marbule. Remind myself, is this the one where Marbule is a ghost world, or is this the one where Marbule is still a real place? And then we just gotta... So far, I got no plan that isn't just messing around. If I can't figure it out by messing around in the 2 Marbules, then at that point we gotta mess around by just going to places and talking to NPCs, and maybe one of them will say I always heard that you could talk to a black dragon in its dreams if you eat this special fruit that they only have in this place. And then, but if only the bushes hadn't become extinct. But they're not extinct in the other timeline or something like that. Who knows? Okay, so this is the ghost one. Let's see if there's anything going on. Part of me wants it to be possible to sleep somewhere in one of the Marbules. but these beds don't seem to be the place where we're going to get to sleep. I'm also not learning from this whether Leah counts as a demi-human. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, there's all the ghosts of the one particular type of demi-human. Ghosts or astral projections or what have you. Dimensionally locked folks. I don't know. And so one frustrating part here is that this is the exact same cave that the Black Dragon is sleeping in the other timeline. Which feels like, okay, should be something we can do here? Like, because all the other places that we can go in the other timeline are blocked off here. And then the one where I know the Black Dragon is in the other reality is open to the public. So there's a real... Can I do something here? I don't think I have any items that seem obviously... seem like they would play a role. So, looking, thinking. I don't think so. Let's go back to Marbule where there are folks we can speak to. And we'll speak to them. And we'll see if that helps. If we have to wander, like on the one hand, frustrating because like I do got to get this game done as the semester picks up. Like I'm gonna want to relax on Wednesday evenings instead of have committed playtime. Not that this isn't relaxing. In its own way. And then the other catch is that... No, that's the only catch. I do want to get the game done. But worst case scenario, we wander around. Maybe we find a side quest. Maybe we find Leah's father. Maybe we learn what the... You know what? Why don't we check on this for... Might as well keep checking on these Forbidden Islands and see if anything I can ever... If I can ever induce something to happen. For example, what if Leah's father lives here? Nah, I don't know. That would be almost... It would be too perfect. Too easy. But let's find it. If there's anything at all going on here. We can go in. Alright, there's this fellow. Yes. I guess I was... Yes. Well... Yes. Okay. Didn't think that was Leah's father. But okay. This guy is a soldier. I don't recognize his insignia. I'm trying to think, like, what characters would he want to talk to? Let's mess around with that right now before we go to other Marbule. I should add to your are things back to normal Nova Scotia question, Stubinsky, that my answer was all about like, yeah, but that's very much for me. I know folks who are even just on the outskirts of my own city, in the outer boroughs, so to speak, who are still waiting to get their power back. So they're definitely, we've been very fortunate that, you know, you can always depend on the kindness of strangers. Maybe that's not true, but in this case, kindness of strangers has come through. Let's just pick a couple of random, like, could be General Viper that this guy wants to see. I'll bring Karsh. It's worth trying Norris at some point. There aren't that many militarily affiliated characters here, so we won't be here too long whether this works or not. Yeah, we've been very fortunate for just, you know, folks from across Canada and from Maine, you know, professionals, but also just, you know, truck drivers, delivery people, electricians. There we go. Aha! Dario, is it really you? What the? So you're actually alive in this world. Dario, it is you. Nailed it. First guess. So, you are alive. Are you saying you know who I am? Cut the crap, Dario. Of course we know. You do not know who you are? Do you know this man? It has been 4 years since this man washed ashore, clinging for dear life. Every day was a battle between life and death, but miraculously, he made it. Every day? Like for the past 4 years? However, this man has no recollection of his past whatsoever. Dario, I'm your buddy Karsh. Don't you remember? Good lord. So you do not remember a thing. Obviously, this dialogue is all written so that if I had only brought Viper, it could play out and Viper would... So they're duplicating each other. But it's still, if we just imagine them like exclaiming at the same time, it still works. Forgive me, I just cannot remember. Damn! What can we do? Hey! What if we bring Lady Riddell here? We can do that. You might remember then. Excuse me, Dario. I'll be right back. Huh. In some ways, it seems more appropriate to have General Viper and Riddell be there. But Karsh seems way more excited about Dario. So let's keep Karsh in the team. Karsh and Riddell. Sorry, Viper. Serge is not the kind of guy who brings 3 friends with him when he goes somewhere. You don't want to impose on your guests. You're showing up unannounced to someone's little mysterious cabin on the Forbidden Island. What's up, man? This cannot be. Are you Dario? But of course you are. This is another world. You are alive and well in this world. You seem to know me quite well. Yes, Dario. You do not remember me. I may be the Riddell from another world, but every day I have always... And yet you do not remember who I am. Riddell, it's amnesia. It's not personal. Riddell. That name moves my heart. I have a feeling I've lost someone very dear to me. If only there was something to reawaken your memory. Yes, I know. Your mother's memento which you gave to me. That may help you remember. I believe that was... My father could not stand seeing me in sorrow, so he stored it safely away in a secret treasure vault inside Viper Manor. A secret treasure vault? Where exactly is it? It is in a room inside the East Tower. You can access it from the 2nd floor. We're diverted, team. Black Dragon's gonna have to wait. I'm invested in this now. And I mean, we gotta end up in the other world anyway. So I guess maybe we'll, while we're there, we'll see if I can get anywhere with the Black Dragon. Swing by Marbule, but to Viper Manor first, and not the collapsed Viper Manor of this world, but the still standing Viper Manor of the other world. Ding, ding, boom, 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 boom. Odd that there's not a ton of different juncture points that you use. I think there was more than just this one. At least during the Serge being transformed thing, I had to do something to get to this world. But by and large, the timeline hopping happens just from this one spot on this one beach. There's no, at least if there are puzzles that are based around the idea of like, you've got to enter the world from a specific location that you couldn't get to physically. If those places exist, I haven't found them. Excuse me, pal. You have orders not to let anyone through, but you think you're withdrawing soon. Okay, but could you let us through? Be cool. No official word, but there seems to have been some trouble inside. What is my... Is there a gimmick here? Hold on. Can Norris just order them to stand aside? That would be convenient. Commander? Yes, excellent. When did you get out? I never noticed that locking mechanism, which is awesome. The mechanical snake and it's the actual lock is its jaws closing. That's cool. Excuse us, gentlemen. Commander, is the meeting over? Yeah. Hold on, could you remind me the important secret details of this meeting that I was in? That I was definitely in and that I remember? Okay, so this is the East Tower. Is this a way up? Obviously not. How do we go up? Don't even remember. Is this already the second floor? Probably not. I shouldn't have swapped for Dello. She might have some, like, dialogue to the effect of, like, ah, here we are. Then again, maybe it's actually up here to get to the second floor. For example, because it's up a flight of stairs. Exactly the way that you transition between floors. And then this is the east... Okay. This all checks out. Here's the East Tower. Is there some... Oh, of course there's some gimmick. It says, respect my behind. Well, fine. What does that mean? Because, like, in terms of... The puzzle seems straightforward here. In a way that doesn't incorporate that phrase. But let's find out. Because if it's as simple as just, put the 4 things in the 4 spots, we can do that. We have the technology. We have the skill set necessary to push these things. I am aware that getting bogged down in cool side quests is not supportive or conducive to my goal of finishing the game. But I don't care. Okay. Oh, goodness. The respect my behind. Go to this thing from the back. In hindsight, that was a very clearly worded hint. Okay. No problem. No matter. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I guess... Have I been able to go to the West Tower here before? Is that where the library and stuff is? I mean, I'll check anyway. Oh, of course. Gotta pass this challenge a second time. Alright. Now let's see if I can remember to go behind the treasure chest. I think my odds are good since I just said out loud that I'm going to. There's a letter inside. There's a good reason why we borrowed the contents. If you want it back, come to the Isle of the Damned and bring Sir Karsh. Signed, Salt and Pepper. Damn! What are those idiots up to? This is your time to shine, Karsh. I don't even know if I brought you into the party yet. I obviously haven't. Well, Leah's got the one stone axe I've had crafted. He's got mithril mail, which is good, if not great. I got so much more denadronite though. Alright, fine. We're down the rabbit hole here. But we must follow this chain where it leads. Just want to verify that this is just a familiar place that I've been before. Or if it's not, to find out what's here. I think it's this will all be... Yep, here we are. Hey, old man. You don't happen to have any wisdom about waking black dragons or seeing them in their dreams. The Pore soldiers have withdrawn from Viper Mana. You cannot continue in that form forever, Serge. Perhaps if you return to Fort Dragonia, where all of this happened, you may be able to regain your true form. Perhaps. Or maybe it has to do with the dragon tears. Who knows? Who can say? I mean, maybe I am wrong and he's right. It seems possible that the wise NPC is right and my memory is wrong. Yeah, we'll find it. We'll find it. Okay, so got my military squad here. Let's go see if we can get them kitted out. Commander, will you be leaving? Yes. You know what? The old man thinks that the Pore soldiers have withdrawn from the manor when there's clearly at least 4 still on duty there, so maybe he is off base. Please, please. This world's the one where the smith is still operating, right? Right. I hope so. Yeah. Only the best goods. Which, like, technically you're not carrying goods. Right? You're just selling. I don't have any screws. I can probably disassemble some stuff and get some screws. I need 3 screws to make the things that I want here. Let's see. What'll give me a screw? This silver axe. Silver axe sounds good though. I don't... Maybe not. And I've got one already equipped on somebody. Let's... Before I make any hasty decisions. Yeah, disassemble. There's 1 screw. There's a screw. We won't need the argent gun anymore. We have a stone gun. It's... Oh, we already have a denaturite rod. So, yeah, if we have a rod user, they're already hooked up. Great hammer. I have an item called the Great Hammer. Is that the solution to the blacksmith quest? We're going to find out together, team. There's the stone axe we have equipped. Well, you know what? I got some. I got enough to make at least one of these stone things. Stone axe, or do I want the stone gun? Oh, whoops. I haven't even gone back to the forge menu. Stone axe takes 1. Stone gun. Where the hell is the gun? Denaturite gun. There's the issue. Takes 2, which is cooler. Let's make the more elaborate weapon. Given the choice. Oh, I do know about the rainbow. In fact, we're going to... Karsh, come back to your home a little bit more often. Oh, and before I forget, we've rented your room to Mr. Pierre for a while. What? What the hell did you do that for? I'm just recognizing right now. I knew that the Karsh was their son. I've never thought to try a Scottish accent for him. We're going to say that it's coming out now because he's talking to his family. He's getting worked up. Don't worry. Your illustration books are safely stored away. Ugh. Not exactly a tearful reunion here. Okay. Okay. Let's equip our boy here. And I bet disassembling his... Oh, no. Wait. What does it do? Powerful shockwaves? I don't care. We're going to do this. Okay. Energizer suit with mithril mail be better. Defense up a bit. Magic defense up a fair bit. What is the advantage of... Oh, automatically recovers HP. Not that important to me, really. You should have a better helmet if I can offer you one. Which perhaps I can if I can get a stone helmet made. But okay. Let's disassemble a gun, get a stone axe made. Because especially now that I'm remembering, his parents are the blacksmiths. He deserves to have some of their work. There is a screw in the Ferris gun. And we're golden. Let's get that stone axe forged for the young man. Yeah, excellent. And then, what? Stone vest. We have plenty of the capacity to make... Wait, but we want stone mail. And of course, we need carapace, which we don't have enough of. I should have farmed last time I was around enemies that I saw dropping the carapace. But let's see. Where can I get a carapace out of I can disassemble the stone mail that I've already made. 14 mithril mail equipped. So you know what? At this point, it's like... Yeah, it's funny to me, like, there's definitely the armor issue. I get a kick out of the idea that this game has, like, you know, mithril, the classic Final Fantasy, Squaresoft best material, and like silver and all this and such. And then it turns out that all the best stuff is just made out of stone. Now it must be, Naderite must be like a special kind of stone. It's the only explanation that makes sense. But, yeah, okay. What can I do here? There we go. Let's, I can unequip all accessories from people randomly from here. I'm just gonna unequip some people. Just to get some mithril mail freed up. Oh, this carapace dress will probably also give me a carapace. But like a special dress we should use. I like to use special items. Mithril mail. Sorry, Zappa. You're an Energizer suit guy now. It's a hand-me-down, but it's yours. Okay, let's get that stuff disassembled. Let's find out if this great hammer that I apparently have is relevant to finally getting this rainbow quest with the dueling blacksmiths, or the dual blacksmiths. They aren't going to duel each other. There'll just be two of them. They're the exact same guy. Yes. Do it again, please. And once more, please. Not super important, because at this point... At this point, it's like, you know, obviously I'm Unless this game surprises me with a Final Fantasy VI style multi-party final dungeon, I only need 3 well-equipped people for the end game. So I don't need that much stone armor. But we can make 2 more. Then hey, we have 3. And 1 to spare in case late in the game this game introduces armor eaters. Probably not going to happen, but... A copper helmet is better than an ivory helmet. And, like, much less morally objectionable, too. So, let's switch them. Alright, some stone mail. And there's another mithril mail that I can disassemble, obviously, which is nice. Karsh already has pretty high defense. I think that's a high number. 48. Let's look. Yeah. The armor alone has him in pretty good condition. Oh, stone axe. You can lug that around. And then, whatever. Just put some stuff on, dude. It's not a big deal. Not even I mean, we're almost certainly going to have to fight Salt and Pepper, but I think we'll be okay fighting Salt and Pepper. Really, with whatever level of preparation we go in with. No disrespect to those buffoons. But they are buffoons. And I'm not intimidated by them. I do still think that in the Square and later, Squaresoft and then later Square Enix pantheon of obnoxious recurring enemies, Ultros is still a notch above Salt and Pepper, but I do get a kick out of them. I don't remember Gilgamesh clearly enough from Final Fantasy V to know how I'd rank him. That's fair, Stimpinski. Thank you for dropping by. And sleep well. Such a team. So many different... Yeah. And yet, like, Koopa, very full roster where I haven't recruited most of the characters. Now, Great Hammer is just his default weapon. I have not solved the mystery of finding a hammer that is strong enough to do this task, so that's fine. I think probably I'll be able to win the game even without the special ultimate armor. Alright, Norris, join up, and we're off to the Isle of the Damned. And actually, on the way, I want to swing by the Forbidden Island of this place and remind myself what's there. Because there's a Forbidden Island here too, right? Right? I suppose there's no rule that says it has to be. There could be an island there, but it's called the, everyone's welcome island. The No Prohibitions Island. Visit it at will. It could be an island. It's not. We've now learned. It is called the Forbidden Island. But it could have been an island covered under a Shenzhen-esque treaty. Okay. Those people were so annoying. They just came through like a storm. What people? Who are you talking about? What's going on? Hey! Who's this? I'm not sure it was a good idea to come with these people. Well, at least they know how to make a quick getaway. That's what saved me. Sorry, who? What people? Who are you talking about? What's with all these references to these people when there are only 2 people here and they don't seem to be talking about each other? I guess they made another getaway? I don't know. I'm much clearer on what's happening in the other Forbidden Island than I am on this one. Okay. Let's get forbidden with it. Or not forbidden. Isle of the Damned. Let's get damned. Oh, of course they can't meet us at the entrance. On the other hand, are there no enemies? Have salt and pepper defeated every foe? Those footstep sounds. Well done, sound design artists. Definitely gives me the squicky feeling that I'm walking on bones. A floor, a veritable carpet of bones. Ah, enemies. Alright, salt and pepper did not finish the job here. I bet, though, that we can kill them. Love Norris is posing with the gun. Beautifully done. Karsh didn't even get to use his cool axe. Oh, I gotta make a point to try to... I haven't given either of these guys. I will autofill them right now with some elements. Just in case. I think probably we're okay. But might as well hook them up. And make a point to discover... what Karsh's special moves look like while we're here, if I'm able. If there's any foe who can last long enough against me. Oh, right, this is the whole... just the doors all just enter the same place from different angles. And the answer turns out to be... something. There. That's it, right? Right. And there's this like mirror. Ah, I can't just go through with the context button this time. Okay, that's okay. Oh, let my guard down. Okay, well, we're just gonna give Karsh his chance to shine. Unless he's so powerful that he kills this thing before he gets the chance to show off one of his cool moves. Nope, we're okay. Alright. So, oh, it's just Dragon Rider. We know what this one's like. We've had it used on us, and we've had Zoa do it on our behalf. It's not even that powerful. Oh well. And then probably his upper level is just also the same one as Zoa. Maybe not. We'll find out. Okay. Now, what other ways have I not tried? This down leads me, of course, to over here. This one leads me here. Please let me through. Nope. No luck. What are Salt and Pepper up to here? What haven't I tried? Am I forgetting an item or something that I have to get through these? I'm pretty sure it just turned out to be the context button last time around. Okay. Yeah. I never used a special item to get through these. Are the up-downs different depending on whether you're going up or down? Like, do they lead to different places? I don't think so. And now I know that that's not the case. Oh, cool. I never noticed that, or I never put together that for the one that actually leads you to be walking on the spine, you can actually see the start of the spine. Like, there's the tailbone. That's clever. But by and large, it's kind of annoying. Now, it would make no sense for Salt and Pepper to be in the other world. Like, they're low-level mooks. They're not secret. They haven't secretly found their own way to jump timelines here. So, what dost I miss? I suppose it could be every bit as simple as just there is some trick to getting through these walls that I remembered last time and don't remember this time. Could try Karsh in the lead, I guess. I don't want to spend too much. I would love to get Dario on the squad, just to have another character, and he's a character who we've, heard so much about. But I'm going to be banging my head against the wall enough, probably just figuring out the Black Dragon. But I don't want to belabor this. Alright. Let me see. Oh. There could be other options from the first screen. I don't know that there are, because this, I think, is just like the other thing. Yeah. Just like a little section. What about if we come over here? Can we jump down into the death pond below? No. Can we? Advance in any way? I don't know. Okay. Let's despair of ever figuring it out. No, won't give in to despair yet. Crawl back to the other screen once more. After once more check and see. There's nothing up here. There's nothing to do. There's no secret door. Of course there's not. If they're just at the other world, that's so nonsensical. I suppose there's no rule that says it couldn't be. It'd just be very obnoxious. And we can't go anywhere in the water. Okay, and there's the 1, 2, 3 top entrances, and the 1, 2, 3 bottom entrances, and never the twain shall meet. It's not coming to me. The gears aren't turning. The wheels aren't clicking. I guess we'll try the other world on our way back. Put a pin in this for now. But this is now part of my main quest. Not without my Dario. What's the point of saving time if we can't even help out the utterly dreamy Dario? And in so doing, do a favor for the, less dreamy, but obviously a good guy, Glenn. Ooh. Okay. Sorry to any Anyone who knows the answer to that who is now super frustrated that I missed something obvious. And that I'm going to, at some point, be going through the other one. Because if indeed that's the answer, I can comprehend why that'd be frustrating. To watch. It's my playthrough. Nobody's forcing you to watch this. Alright. Let's get a demi-human squad. And test the... Or demi or fully non-human squad. We'll test the theory that Leah counts as a demi-human. And we'll explore Marbule. Talk to everyone one more time. What do you think? What do you think? Do you like us? Alright, this little girl, sir, if you will look closely, has a tail. Alright. Now, it's not enough for him. Or, alternately, he considers Draggy a human. But that seems silly. Come along, Sprig. A little, you know, problematic that we only bring out our really demi-human looking friend. Yo! You guys outsiders? You better watch out for humans hunting down demi-humans. They'll rob you of your elements if you're not careful. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. Nobody's robbing me. Excuse me, sir. Can I sleep on your shoulder? You humans are an ill omen. This dates back 14 years to when I was informed that humans were on their way to Marbule. That day, I witnessed the most terrifying storm I have ever seen. Those humans never showed up. I was sure they were swallowed by the storm. However, that same day I heard a rumor. A rumor that someone had made his way through the pearly gates. Perhaps they did survive that storm. Nah, it no longer matters now. The elder who knew about this incident passed away years ago. My point is, humans are bad luck. Now leave. We're not humans, though. So, think about that. Welcome to Marbule, the village of demi-humans. We warmly welcome all types of demi-humans here. Yeah, but if the demi-humans ever get their problems with the humans fully sorted out, they just, you know, no longer have to worry about it. You can bet that it's gonna start to be like, you know, you're too human. You're not demi-human, you're three-quarter human. Yeah, C's having a deep blue dream. What does that mean, kid? Just passing through, you should rest up a bit. I would love to. Where? I really badly want to have a rest in the hopes that it will enable me to enter the dreams of the Black Dragon. Excuse me, madam. How's it going? Where are you guys from? Not many visitors to these parts. Are you from the mainland? As you can see, there's not much here, but feel free to stay a while. Like, stay overnight? And I know I've talked to you and not got anywhere. Who are you? Are you just passing through? Well, there's no one here but me. There used to be a lot more of us here, but the humans have taken... I guess it doesn't concern you. I'm concerned. You have a second line of dialogue? Who? Nope. There's a black dragon residing here, but it's been asleep forever. Have you ever heard any rumors about some kind of magical bell or something that would wake him up? Come on, man, help me out. He's not going to do it. And I know I've read your dialogue, but we're going to try it again. Sea of Eden. Instant death leaves. That's rough. Okay. You may have already seen the black dragon residing in our village. It's been asleep for many a year now. No one knows why, but the last ruling elder often spoke as follows. This is obviously a clue somehow. The black dream of the black dragon. Unable to return, it continues to wander. I know not what it means. Sounds to me like the dragon is wandering in its dream. Can I please Sleep here or something. Is there any action that would prevail upon you to let me sleep here? No. Alright. Fine. Excuse me. Nah. Be too easy to set off a bomb and just wake him up. Should be impressed if I showed you. Look at all these relics I have. The green dragon was sleepy like you. He woke up. No. This guy doesn't care. He can't even see the relics I'm showing him because he won't wake up. Still don't know what this life sparkle's for. Did not think it was to spark life in this guy, but try anything once. Possibly more than once. Okay. I don't know. Oh, does anyone have a second line of dialogue? That's actually a second line, but not exactly what I had in mind. Do you have a second line about where I could rest? Where I could have a nice dream-filled sleep? Is there any way to talk to the mermaid? Excuse me, miss. No. Talk to the merchants one more time. I travel around a lot to find good stuff. Don't tell my bro, but I got some stuff he don't, baby. Hey, welcome to G's shop. Bro of G's shop, baby. Buy a heap load. I actually just came to talk. You have a big dream of expanding the shop. You can't be picky who you sell to. That's true. You shouldn't be picky. Okay. Please, mermaid, please give me a key piece of dialogue that will solve the riddle of the black dragon. No such luck. Feels like this is going to be yet another thing where it turns out, you know, the answer was staring me in the face the whole time. But so far, the staring continues. My time is starting to run short. Excuse me. I was just kind of hoping you'd say a second thing, but alright. Come back in here. This man still thinks we're not humans. But okay, there was a storm, something about pearly gates, an elder who passed away long ago, which I guess is also the elder who the current elder mentioned used to say a thing about the black dragon. I don't think that's... What if the answer is in the Sea of Eden? I don't know. I heard Danielle come in just now. I should go say hello. So hang tight, gang. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Okay. Struck out a Marbule again. I don't even have an idea. And maybe it's just my fate that I can only figure things out in the intervening week when I'm not playing the game. Right. Hold on. Is there a secret location on the island of Marbule to explain the weird ramp? No. Can we enter from above? Alright. I know I just talked to every NPC twice. But let's... Okay. Yep, you warmly welcome demi-humans. That's great. You don't have a second dialogue. We are outsiders. Yeah, humans are terrible. You don't have a second dialogue. And anytime when I'm not talking to anybody, let's just context button the hell out of this place. Because we are playing a PlayStation-era Squaresoft RPG with 3D polygonal characters on pre-rendered 2D backgrounds. And once before, the answer to a problem turned out to be it was the obvious thing that you thought it might be, and you weren't pressing the context button in the exact right place. Okay, yes, Witch Doctor, I know. There was a terrible storm. Something about the pearly gates. Maybe they survived. Anyway, yeah, humans suck. Holmes, you're back! I can't remember if I'd done the green dragon afore you left, but that happened, and I got him. I got his relic, and I found Dario in the Forbidden Island. In the other world, he's lost his memory, so there's a side quest there that now I'm invested in. I want to finish it up. But obviously here, I'm back in Marbule trying to figure out the black dragon, and I went through the whole town. I talked to everybody twice, but if it's just I missed one of them and didn't talk to him twice, or I haven't tried talking to the shopkeepers twice. No second dialogue. Before I start going to just every location to just talk to everybody to see if anybody else is like, I heard a rumor that you can awaken the black dragon by whatever. Before I do that, I ought to exhaust the immediate area. Okay, if I talk to you more than once, Grasshopper Man, yeah, nothing more to say about rest? Alright. Mashing the bridge, although I mashed the bridge before trying to talk to the mermaid. Guy's not talking. Huh. He doesn't get his initial "the sea is dreaming" dialogue back when I left and returned. Yeah, the black dragon's been asleep forever. Any follow-up on that? No. And you're going to tell me to stay a while? Where are we going? Feel free. And a second time, you say the same thing? Alright. Pressing A. Again and again and again and again and again. Everywhere. Just in case. I don't know what it would be out here. But if at any point it's just oh, you see a comfortable spot. Do you want to sleep? That could be it. Hey, little girl. Who are you? Are you just passing through? Well, there's no one here but me. There used to be a lot more of us here, but the humans... I guess it just doesn't concern you. It does concern me. I'm a very, empathetic person. But no, that's not the answer. Didn't solve anything. Nothing. Okay, no, nothing. I don't think this is... It's important, I think, to check off the box and feel sure. But I am... I don't think this is going to solve. Because there are these, cryptic clues. Yeah, you're not going to say anything different, but I got to try, sir. Yeah, don't go to the Sea of Eden. And, okay. Okay. There is an alternate second dialogue, but it's just shortened. Alright, yes. The Dream of the Black I should have read that closer. Probably that's the repeating part. Yes. The black dream of the black dragon, unable to return, it continues to wander. You know not what it means. I don't know what it means either, sir. And it's stressing me out. Nothing here. And then, like, I mean, the black dragon room has nothing but the black dragon. I'm really not, gotta do it. But, like, I've done a lot of context button mashing in this room already, so it doesn't seem likely to be the solution. But we've come this far. Nope. Okay. Well, we can rule out easy mashing will just solve the problem. That's a shame. I guess next week is Black Dragon Awakening week. And then the next week will probably be Endgame week. One more time. Just because... Yeah. Nope. Couldn't be that easy. Not that it would have been actually that easy if it was just this extremely fine-tuned point. This doesn't seem obvious. Maybe I should also do that because I can get into that one room. The other caves are sealed off in Ghost Marbule in the other world. Okay. Back to the other world. Mash the button in Marbule. And then switch back to the Norse party and see if the Isle of the Damned in the other world is where those goons, Salt and Pepper, are waiting. Doesn't make any sense that it would be. But often the answer to puzzles in this game is same location, other world, other timeline. I do like, there's obviously a linear narrative that carries you through the game, but at the same time, frequent allowing of free exploration in the two timelines with lots of side quests, which is good. But I do appreciate that even the main quest is not like just, walk to this point, experience that cutscene, walk to the next point for that cutscene. Even when you know what you're supposed to do, you do need to have paid a little bit of attention to the game to figure out how you're going to do it. Final Fantasy X has many merits as a game. It's the last Final Fantasy that I've played through. And it certainly has its merits. So this is not any Final Fantasy X fans in the audience. This is not me trying to rain on your parade. But one thing I didn't love about Final Fantasy X was how just at all times on the minimap, there's just a blue arrow saying, like, here's where to travel to next to see the next cutscene. Okay. Can we somehow enter the Elder Cave? No. But the cave where the Black Dragon is sleeping is right here. And there's dudes here. I mean, there's dudes everywhere here, but okay. We might as well see if mashing the button all along this line will cause something to happen. It's a mystery. Doesn't look like that was going to solve it. I wonder if seems like there should be a side quest that involves figuring out why these dudes are ghosts and possibly restoring them. And I can't go in here no matter how much I mash the A button. No, I can't. Okay, what's my time? Okay. Not much time left, but I got enough time to check the other world here and then to go back to where Marbule is populated, but start, I don't know, find demi-humans that aren't in Marbule and see if they also have some random details to share about the Black Dragon. I don't know. But you know what? I mean, the way I figured out the Green Dragon, and the way anybody who didn't use a walkthrough figured out the Green Dragon, was talking to random NPCs until one of them said, like, oh, hey, I saw that wingipede flying over Gaea's navel. What do I need? I just need Norris on the squad and Karsh. I don't need Norris on the squad. I need Karsh in the squad. But I just bought Norris that fancy stone gun. So we might as well bring him along. Could there be something at one of the two Seas of Eden? Even though obviously we can't get all the way in. That would tie into the Witch Doctor's story, possibly. Worth investigating, but first we're here. Yeah, in this Isle of the Damned we have these red dudes, but they're pretty... the floaty fire boys, as I believe they prefer to be called. There are no little cavelets to gather treasure from here. So what's happening? Different enemies, of course. No, those are the same enemies. Alright, well, let's see if I can get anywhere here. Now. No, this mirror glass stuff is now just an obstacle that I can't just pass right through. It seems. Oh, that's not one that gets me anywhere. The other one is to go up the spine. Yeah. Alright. Well, hopefully, before next Wednesday, I get some kind of revelation about what this side quest could resolve to. Because I would love to resolve it. And we're done here. Thanks for playing, pal. Turned out his weakness was being shot at point-blank range repeatedly. Curse you! How did you know that my one weakness is having my body obliterated with high-speed projectiles? Alright. In a way, I guess it's humiliating that Salt and Pepper have somehow come up with a scheme that has me stymied. I don't mind. I can accept being stuck in a game now and then. But did it have to be that bad? Okay, let's check the... Let's go in the Dead Sea Ruins. Fate Distortion. Fate Distortion. Fate Distortion. What are these fate... I'm confused. What's going on here? What is a Fate Distortion? Is this a wormhole? This must be what Harl was talking about. What is it? If we're able to cross dimensions here, we should be able to make it into the Sea of Eden. Okay. But yeah, this is end game shit. For when we have the dragon blessings. And I don't think this one's gonna be any different. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Back to the world map. I guess I could look at the same thing back in the old other world. There's something going on at the Hermit's Hideaway. Worth checking in. Hey, Leah. Leah decided to stay here for a while. Hanging out with Draggy? You do have more and more friends, Draggy. It's awesome, isn't it? Little guy. What a happy time for him. Hey, Starkey. I'm glad you like it, Starkey. Alright, so this is currently it's resolved into being the gathering place. Oh, you know what? I was going to say for the adorable portions of the team, but we're actually missing one, aren't we? What's his name? Did I just miss him? Is he actually here and I didn't see him? Or her? Or it? G? I don't know. It's gonna bug me though, so what's the name? What's the name of this character? Pip. Okay, so yeah. It's not purely a gathering place for everyone cute on the team. Alright. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna poke around the Sea of Eden in the other place. Have I gone in both El Nido triangles? Is there anything worth investigating in either of them? Because I remember at one point thinking I was being hinted to check them out, and then checking one of them out and finding nothing, but then not thinking to check the other one. Frustratingly, I can't remember which was which. So I guess if I want to chase this thread, I might as well, because I'm running out of time here, and I don't have any definite momentum on anything. Might as well check them both. It doesn't actually take that long. Especially if I can avoid the fish, which I can't always. But if we're forced to, it doesn't take that long to kill the sweet little fishes. No, doesn't look like there's anything here. No, if I go in, there's so many fights, and I don't see any reason to believe there's something there. So let's just go the other way. I was just about to say the words aloud of how it'd be a nice achievement to make it through here without avoiding all the fish. Without even needing to put the cursed words into the air. I left myself trapped in a fight. Schoolmates. Ah. Well, now they're grave mates. That's grim. But such is life. Circle of life, baby. Now they're food for the other fishes. And then one day, I'll kill those fish as well, perhaps. Alright. Nothing here. Probably nothing in the other one either. But what are you gonna do? Might as well poke around, see what you can turn up. And just over there was just nothing. Okay. Well, I mean, it was worth a shot. Wait, what if... What's this little path? Oh, this is the way out. Great chill underwater music. That's, in most cases, I think, if you're composing music for a video game, you got a cool underwater area, you want music that is chill in some way, even if the situation involves fighting the fish. And the music here is great for that. It is not quite, what's the Donkey Kong Country song? The underwater one. That's going to eat at me. Hold on, folks. Gotta run to Google for a moment. Aquatic ambience. I was trying to think of musical alliteration around the word nautical instead of... which, of course, if you're just swimming around underwater, it's not necessarily nautical. Nautical nonsense or something is a good name for a ship level. And the ship level song. Alright, okay. We'll check those two sea areas. But I think I've been beaten this. I think this is another one where I end hoping to find it. Hey, it worked with the green dragon. It worked for a given value of work with coming up with the idea of trawling around, mashing the context button when I needed to find the secret door in the tavern. Oh, it wasn't Marbule I wanted to go back to. Maybe I should go back and mash the... Oh. Does the El Nido Triangle not even have a path to underwater in this one? Well, I guess that settles that. Alright, let's look at the other one. Yeah, I got time. Not really. Not to a significant degree, but I got time. Okay, yeah, we come here and just we can't advance yet, right? Any thoughts about waking the Black Dragon? No? I think it's impossible to get in from here. Damn, it's dead end. Maybe some kind of dragon treasure will open it up? Do you remember what that treasure was? You mean the dragon tier? Used to be kept inside. Oh yeah, this was helpful dialogue actually, because we've solved that mystery in advance. That's nice to know. We've already banked the solution to the next challenge, pre-endgame challenge. I guess this is really the endgame, but you know, pre-climactic endgame sequence challenge. This is the endgame quest portion. Alright. Okay. Abandoned Time is just a place to go to fight. There's Gaia's Navel. Is it possible to visit Gaia's Navel in this world somehow? I don't think so. But now I kind of want to find it. Oh. Random stop by the burned out Hermit's Hideaway. Probably nothing going on here. Man, still smoldering. That, I don't know. Because, like, Radius is going to be down here, right? Maybe, like, get out there with a bucket of water. Don't you have more important things to do? Well, we're stuck, Radius. Give us a break. Okay, nothing going on here. Let's, won't take long to go to the Hydra Marshes, and I don't think it's possible, but I'll try standing in the same spot without the Biba there to help, and if we can get to the Gaea's navel of this place, it'd be neat. Even if I can't think of, like, what could happen there, and why would I care about causing it to happen? It won't take long. We'll check it. I'll keep Karsh, but let's bring Leah just on the off chance we get to go. She can marvel at the fact that her home exists in 2 different dimensions, 2 different timelines. Hey pal, pardon me. Into the poison, but we're not feeling it. We have our PPE on, personal protective equipment. The last resort form of keeping folks safe at work. When you do an occupational health and safety inspection. Oh no, I don't have an ancient fruit. Ah, sweet. This one will hook me up with the ancient fruit. At least I got that going for me in this dimension. It was right here, right? Not filled with hope, but it'd be cool. It'd be super cool. Okay. This is actually... Okay. Cool. Oh, great. This is what you want to do. When you're on a tight timeline, you want to get supper. You just went down and told Danielle you'd be done right at 8. You want to find something new, and then... Well, there's one thing that's different. The bug was right there. A prey mantis. That... I'm going to call that failed wordplay. I didn't notice that before, but... I mean, okay, it's an easy enemy, so in that sense it is prey. But, I don't know that that's what they were going for. They could have still called it a praying mantis with an E, and then, you know, it'd be a gimmick. It's preying on you. Not that this thing is actually preying on us. 2 stone axe fighters. They couldn't be more different. One of them with a refined, trained technique. Years of military training. The other a small child. Both of them very effective with the weapon. I don't know if Karsh should feel bad about that or not. Don't fully understand what Leah is, why she is so strong besides just being a feral child. Is she connected to Ayla in some way that I'm not picking up on, or is she just designed to evoke Ayla? Okay. Ah, whoops. Don't keep the little girl poisoned. Yes. I don't know. Is there anything here? No reason there has to be. We shall see. Yeah, the bugs seem more jittery in this version. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm in the other version. If I'm just right back where I started, how silly of me. Yeah, there's no treasure chest here. Maybe I am just back where I started. Entirely possible. Well, I'll get to the save point, and hey, if nothing else, you know. Aha! There's a treasure chest! This is the other guy's navel. I don't have time to explore it, but I'll get to the save point for now. And there's at least something. Something novel awaiting me as soon as I start next time, which is good. What if one of the unique things about this one is that the save point's not in the same place? Well, I will have a recent autosave and I'll know how to get back here. Bum, bum, bum. Alright. Alright, team, we gotta take these dudes down quick. So why don't we put the speed on? Boom. It's jungle beat at, much higher beats per minute. BPM. Oh, come on. Just before I could sick my feral cats on you. It would have been nice if the game had randomly chosen to do the feral cats. And Karsh is already losing his mind too. Ah, man. Would have liked some Leah dialogue about how this is her home, but it's not her home or something. Maybe there is somewhere. Well, now it's on auto combat. Leah, come on. Yeah. This Karsh being a better role model. Ah, you know what? A wiser person than I would just say, it doesn't matter, I can get back here in a moment next time. I mean, I'm saying those words. I'm wise in that sense. Oh, she's out of stamina. Okay, Karsh, come on. Win this fight, right now. Does he have an attack 'em all move? Hey, axial axe! That's different, right? That's not what Zoa had. So here we go. An all new move. It makes sense, I guess, that all the Dragoons have the same core dragon riding ability. While still being their own individual. Come on, man. Would it kill you to just go down? Kablam! Okay, we've won. It's gotta be the last fight. If I stumble into another fight before I get to that save point, then I just gotta say, this was a waste of time. I shouldn't have even done that fight, and I'll stop. Oh, of course, then it's a dead end. I was trying to fight my way into a dead end. Don't. Leave it alone, Mr. Prey Mantis. Okay. Haha. And of course, now I remember clearly that it is to the left to get to the save point. Just chill out here. Everyone stay calm. Nobody freak out. Alright. Can't do it. That's where we'll stop for today. If I remember before I get the urge to do something off air, I'll get to the save point off air and we'll start. I won't do anything fun or cool. Or maybe we'll just do it. It doesn't matter. Hey, check it out. For the rest of the week, on Friday night, I believe, there will be Friday Night Forgotten Circles. Me and my friends play Gloomhaven, the board game, together. As far as I know, the only people in the Gloomhaven category of Twitch who aren't playing the Gloomhaven video game adaptation, but are actually pointing a camera at a board game. So if that sounds appealing to you, come check it out. On the weekend, I'm playing Starflight on Saturdays, the classic space exploration RPG, and I'm awful close to the end of that, so that's getting exciting. On Sunday, I'm 100% sure. Nothing's promised. 99.9% sure that I'll be beating Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, and that game's been really cool so far, and I bet the end game is going to be pretty cool too. And then hopefully next Tuesday evening, back at it with my buddy Greg playing beat 'em ups. And then back here next Wednesday, and we're going to wake that black dragon. I choose to believe it's going to come to pass. We're going to explore this alternate Gaea's navel, and we're going to see if we can bring back Dario's memories. And I'm going to try to avoid taking on any other side quests that I want to complete, because At a certain point, I got to beat this game, and if it's not going to be next week, it's got to be the week after. So there it is. If you stuck around to the end, thank you. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice right now, but I'm still glad you came, so thanks. And until the next time, that we're all 100% sure which timeline we're in and it's all the same one, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.